कभी अपने बढ़ते वजन को लेकर चर्चा में रहने वाले मशहूर अभिनेता राम कपूर आज अपनी वेट लॉस जर्नी से लोगों को प्रेरित कर रहे हैं। कसम से वो बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं जैसे हिट शोज में घर घर में पहचान बनाने वाले राम कपूर ने अपनी मेहनत और डिसिप्लिन लाइफ स्टाइल से फिटनेस की एक नई मिसाल पेश की। इसी बीच गुरुग्राम के फोर्टिस मेमोरियल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट में मोटापे के इलाज के लिए शुरू किए गए ओबेसिटी क्लिनिक का उद्घाटन राम कपूर ने किया। इस मौके पर उन्होंने अपनी वेट लॉस जर्नी का जिक्र करते हुए लोगों को ओबेसिटी के प्रति जागरूक रहने, हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल अपनाने का संदेश दिया। उनका कहना है कि सही डाइट, रेगुलर एक्सरसाइज और मेडिकल गाइडलाइंस से मोटापे जैसी समस्याओं को काफी हद तक नियंत्रित किया जा सकता है।
50 kgs I have lost 50 kgs now I am 100 and now I can give up. No, it's persistent. You have to continue with the same lifestyle changes that you have incorporated, the diet plans that you have taken, because if you are going to leave it, you will regain weight. So it has to be understood that it is a chronic, persisting, relapsing disease. It is not just the obesity here. So this one message I think so everybody should have, that it is a disease and it is a chronic, progressive, relapsing disease. So that's one message that one should provide.
Mr. Ram, Dr. Ari was emphasizing about the definition, chronic, relapsing condition. So you have lost weight and it's really appreciable the way you have, molded your mind to be a fitter person today. How you are able to maintain this journey forward, and what are your daily routines nowadays to maintain this journey?
Well, like I said, if you really get in touch with yourself and if you really educate yourself, you start looking at food differently. I don't look at food the same way. I still have 2 teenagers in my house. They have pizzas and burgers and Coca-Cola and every wrong thing in the world. But it doesn't bother me at all because my thinking about all those things have changed. So if you can take the trouble of getting in touch with yourself and educating yourself through your own internet research or your doctor's help, then you don't have to struggle the rest of your life because your mindset will change. If your mindset changes, then food is not a priority. For all of us in this room, food is a very big priority. For me, it was my entire life. But that's not anymore. So, like I said, a sports person or an athlete or anybody who's in the health or nutrition industry, even after retirement, they always stay totally fit. Like these doctors, fit, right? Because their mindset is very different from our mindset. So if you can educate yourself through your doctor's help or through your own research and you get change and get into that mindset, all of this then will have to be for life. I didn't do this for some temporary role or new movie or something. I did this very personally for myself and for my children, and for that I changed my mindset. And I'm not worried about anything in the future now because I just you'll realize yourself everything inside you changes. We are the kind when we just finish lunch we're already thinking about dinner. All that will go away, all that will change. So I'm just saying that either through your doctor's help or yourself, if you just get in touch with yourself and you figure out why you want to do it, then everything else becomes a lot easier. People want to take the shortcut without changing themselves. There's nothing wrong in taking a shortcut, whether it is surgery, whether it is a drug, whether it is whatever the doctors are recommending. But you can't only rely on that and still be the same person that you are. Your priorities have to change, your habits have to change, your lifestyle has to change. Otherwise, none of this is going to help you. So if you take the trouble of getting in touch with yourself and asking yourself why you want to change, how important is it for you, and then taking their help, then things will become a lot easier. And 95 and maybe make a century. But unless you're fit, you cannot be 85 or 90 years old and be self-reliant. If you don't want to be dependent on a nurse or a wheelchair, you have to be fit. Everybody wants to live to 90 years old, but nobody thinks about this. If you want to live to 90 and you're lucky enough to live to 90, do you want to be self-reliant, where you can get up yourself and do things yourself? Or do you want to be on a wheelchair or with a nurse? And think about it, if we ever see 90 plus people, if they are self-reliant, it's only because they are totally fit. So that is something I want you guys to take away from this session. If you want to live to 90 plus and you don't want to be dependent on anybody else, then you have to be fit. Simple as that. Thank you.